Hey everyone, this is HighZealot here and welcome to my E-1 report for the Winter 2016 event. This event is Operation Rei-Go, which is based off a historical event. E-1 and E2 I believe are based off actual events that happened, while E3 is a hypothetical what-if situation. E1 itself is supposed to be a preparation for Rei-Go. E2 is the actual operation, and as I said, E3 is a hypothetical event. How it would not really go into more detail, but I will mention this again in the later reports. As you can hear me say, there is only 3 maps because this is a short event. You can see here the first node is a submarine node, and as you saw my equipment, I'm bringing largely anti-submarine weapons because the boss itself is also a mostly submarine node, and the boss herself is a submarine. Boss is the submarine princess, which you'll see later, which is returning from the previous event, but not as difficult as the previous event. So the first node, you have your, simple submarines, which you can just easily kill. Bring along Kasumi, as you see I'm here, and will bring you onto a special route, and specifically it will take you northeast, which is I believe an eastern submarine node, then node B. There is also another node which I won't be going on, but after node A, you go to node E, and then node E is an active branching node. From there you can either go south or east. You'll see me very soon after this stuff is through. You'll see me go south because south is your standard just sorties and then the boss. Node E to node G sends you to a different type of nodes, and I believe in the early parts of the event, it was hypothesized that going through the eastern node will do the armor debuff, but I don't believe that's been at least either debunked or it's worthless, even if there was such a thing. You can see I'm picking line of breath because I didn't really know what nodes, what sort of enemies these had. I assumed there was a submarine. Turns out the only nodes that were submarines is the first node and the boss node. And let me go back. These 2 nodes before the boss though is just your standard, very standard nodes. Just shell the enemies and you're pretty much good to go. Torpedoes can be a problem if any of the enemies survives, but largely that's still not unlikely. So you are almost 90% chance sure to make it through, probably higher. On the other hand, I never go to that to the eastern route, but the eastern route would take you to 2 air raid nodes. Like, it's similar to the airborne nodes, but instead of being such a carrier versus carrier with 2 aerial phases, it's more of a carrier defending against an airfield, sending off some heavy bombers, land-based bombers to be specific, which would logically have a longer range, so they can reach your carriers, but you can't reach them. But we do not go to those nodes. We will see those nodes though in both E2 and E3 in the future, so you won't be missing out on how those work. The event, as other than that mechanic, there is in the future event, your future nodes maps, you will also see the return of the transport gauge. But other than that, there is nothing special about this event to mention. There is no ship lock-in whatsoever, and the only other thing is the standard. You can choose difficulty. Everything is perfectly fine. The event rewards though for E1 is something to be mentioned because on hard you get the triple gun mod 6-inch gun, which is you can see that's the Imperial system, not the metric system, so that's I'm fairly sure lots of other countries use the Imperial systems, but for this sake, it should be self-explanatory. That's an American gun used on the Iowa class, which has actually already appeared in the Videogame, which was released some time ago, and it's already seen in lots of fan art. Which honestly, I'm kind of looking forward to the Iowa appearing in the game. Hopefully it would be an event reward and not a mount drop. And hopefully, you know, maybe we'll see some Royal Navy or Royal Canadian Navy one day. Like Uganda. That would be a sight to see. Other than that, there's not to mention. You see, again, here we are at the boss. As I said before, the boss is the submarine princess from the previous map. Only this time she is not a pain in the ass. Though I did down medium without even trying it out, so I don't really have any right to say that she was a pain in the ass because I never experienced it. But other than that, you just pretty much kill her and you're done. One thing to note is that since this is not a combined fleet, you pretty much have to kill her in a day. As far as I know, night battle will not work on submarines unless it's a combined fleet. But yeah, you pretty much go line abreast and you're ready to kill the boss. Your carrier, assuming you bring a light carrier, she would just kill any destroyers that are escorting. Another thing to note is that this event, I'm talking about this event as if I can give you advice, but I should know that this event is already over. It ended up actually yesterday, as of this recording. So, and as of this uploading, should be I think 3 days ago from the day I'm uploading this. So it's quite outdated though. I was dealing with some computer issues at the time, so I couldn't get this up sooner. But you know, I got it up now, so better late than never. But you know, maybe think this would become relevant in the future. Yeah, and probably won't though. But you know, it's good. Just good to do this for, because not everybody plays the game, so not everybody would actually know anything, have done the event. Especially not everyone would have done it hard. I know at least one person personally who did not do E3 at least on hard. I will say this, even though this is a short event, it's not necessarily easy to do everything on hard. Specifically E3 is not exactly easy to do on hard. So other than that though, the event as a whole is not that difficult. They would just introduce some nice new enemies, well, bosses, which are interesting in terms of their artwork. But there's not really much to say. This E-1 is your standard kill submarine, kill everything in your way, and then kill the boss and win. I believe there is some significant drops in the boss node. I'm not 100% sure. I'm checking it right now actually. Let's see. You can get Mizuho and Sakawa and Kawakaze and I guess Yumikaze from the boss, along with all sorts of submarines except for the 401, I-401, which I'm not sure you can ever drop. I believe she's large ship crafting only. I wouldn't really know because I got her from the event, the collab event, which happened I believe 3 years ago. I think it was 3 years ago, or maybe it was 2 years ago. I'm not sure. You lose some track of time, especially when you don't really remember that much. Especially when you didn't record back then. That arguably would have been a nice event to record, even though I would have to had cut out the music from the boss nodes, cause copyright. So you can find, I think there are videos of that event roaming around YouTube and Nico video as well though, so it's not that big of a problem. Other than that, E1 talked about the rewards. There is some recommended fleet compositions. What I'm doing right now is one of them. Pretty much, Kasumi is your destroyer for the routing. You want an aviation battleship. You can't bring any other types of battleships, though you wouldn't want to anyways, because aviation battleships can attack submarines by using seaplane bombers. You're gonna want a light carrier, because they're also very good at killing submarines. A full 4-slot light cruiser. Like not necessarily Katori. You can use any other training cruiser or Oyudo, and then you have your standard light cruiser and destroyers. But pretty much the important thing in that composition is bring Kasumi, an aviation battleship, a light carrier, a 4-slot light cruiser, and then you can pretty much string light cruisers or destroyers. It doesn't really matter which. Other than that though, that's pretty much it for E1. E1 it's fairly simple. there is specific classes you're not allowed to bring, though you wouldn't want to bring them anyway. I already mentioned Roushas, carriers as well. You're not allowed to bring them. I guess this also doesn't say anything about you can't bring heavy cruisers, though I'm not sure why you would want to bring them. Aviation cruisers, they can attack submarine, but really, one of the bigger reasons why you bring an aviation battleship in the first place is to get 2 rounds of shelling. So I'm not sure why you would want to bring a heavy aviation cruiser along. Yeah. Submarine boss, submarine Hime, has 800 HP on hard, so that's about 6 to 7 kills. If you're using the new Tankofir from the Yubari branch, there is a tool that actually keeps track of map HP, so you can pretty much figure things out and figure out if you're on the final kill by looking at how much HP you have on the final kill and then calculating if it'll be within that range, or if you're in the range to kill her, because sometimes the boss actually gains less max HP, so they may enter the final phase before you can even kill her because the HP will be less, but they obviously, if they didn't change it, you may kill her before the final phase. So Oyudo apparently drops on the free boss node. I didn't realize that until just now, but yeah, she clearly drops. She's useful if you do not have her. Well, she's pretty much you want to have her if you do not have her, so you can get their flagship command facility. She's also a force-out light cruiser, so if you train her up, she'll be useful in the future if you don't want to use the training cruiser. But yeah, we're back to the boss node itself on the final kill doesn't really have that much difference. She does have 160 HP, not 360, that's would be a lot different. So she does have, I believe, her highest potential stats. But other than that though, it's just standard. You got same submarines as before, and then you got destroyers and light cruisers, so slightly more escorts, but those, they don't really matter. They're not gonna do much to you anyway, so they're not a big problem unless you want an S rank. But then if you really want an S rank, you could go into night battle and they're probably gonna die in night battle even though you have no guns. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much E1. I'm already repeating myself. Well, actually for rewards, I've only talked about the 6-inch gun, which you'll be seeing soon enough. Also, she's gonna have her Sinkin dialogue coming up soon enough, so I'll be sure to shout it out soon enough. You know, I may as well shut up now because you won't say her lines until, I believe, after you successfully kill everyone else, or the battle ends. Of course, the problem with the battle ending in day and not having killed everyone else, it means that you can go to night battle and the battle music doesn't end, so the music kind of overpowers your voice, so you probably had a hard time hearing that. But yeah, so the rewards for this E1 for hard is coming up soon. So, well, all the difficulties will receive battle rations. I believe those are the stuff that when you equip, they have a chance to increase the sparkle in the middle of battle. At one point, and also affects other ones according to the rookie. Everybody gets 1, but hard and medium gets 2 instead of 1. Hard and medium also gets a repair goddess, which are arguably a good thing to have because you never know when you might want to use them. We've seen lots of videos where a clutch repair goddess saves the day. And then you see here, this is the repair goddess. Afterwards, should be a 16-inch gun. I believe that is the Iowa's equipment. Well, also, I believe this was also a ranking reward as well before this event. But yeah, American battleship coming soon, and her stats are pretty damn good. arguably would become one of the best fast battleships. Rather than that, that's pretty much it. Talk more about other things, but I'll leave that to a future video. It's going to be a powerful battleship for anyone, and will arguably be on probably everybody's fleets for future events once she comes out on the main fleet. Escort fleet Bismarck is still theoretically better because of her napalm damage, but practically that's not exactly what she ends up doing. But I'll see you guys for E2, which is the actual Operation Rei-Go, and then E3 is the theoretical operation. I'll see you guys then, and good night!